And continuing coverage of the deadly shooting at the Navy Yard in Washington, D.C., the FBI has now released this picture of the shooting suspect, 34-year-old Aaron Alexis. He's a former Navy reservist from Fort Worth, Texas. Now we're learning police had arrested him more than once before today's shooting. During one incident back in 2010, his neighbor said Alexis shot a bullet through his ceiling and right through the floor of her apartment, one flight up. Chief Fox Report correspondent Jonathan Hunt is live for us in our New York City newsroom. Jonathan, this actually, and I'm reading from the Seattle PD and other places, this was not his only arrest.
Yet the first arrest that we have been able to find was in Seattle, Washington, back in May 2004, when, as you look at the police report from that incident, he's alleged to have shot out the tires of a car belonging to construction workers who were working on a property next to where Aaron Alexis was staying at the time. He later told cops he didn't remember firing his gun and suffered what he called an anger-fueled blackout. He also said he was, quote, present during the tragic events of 9/11. Now, an officer then spoke by phone with Alexis's father, who had lived in New York. The officer explained what had happened, and according to that police report, quote, Mr. Alexis then told me that his son had experienced anger management problems that the family believed associated with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. He confirmed that his son was an active participant in rescue attempts of September 11, 2001. I should emphasize, Harris, that we have not been able to confirm that Aaron Alexis was indeed present, as he claimed, during the events of 9/11, or that he took any part in rescue attempts on that terrible day, Harris.
An anger-fueled blackout during that incident. What about what happened in Fort Worth, Texas?
Well, this was an arrest for discharging a firearm. It happened in September 2010. Here's the police report from that incident. A neighbor living in an apartment above Alexis claimed he shot at her through his ceiling. Alexis told cops he had been cleaning his gun, that he slipped and accidentally pulled the trigger. The neighbor told police Alexis had complained previously several times that she was too loud. Now, that police report from the incident says, quote, she said that several days ago, Aaron confronted her in the parking lot about making too much noise. June told me that she is terrified of Aaron and feels that the shooting, was done intentionally. Now, he was not charged in that case, and whatever the issues, obviously, Harris, in both of those previous cases we just talked about, there was clearly very little to suggest that he would take part in the sort of murderous rampage that happened today, Harris.
Well, and I understand his former roommate is talking about him as well.
Yeah, and as so often in these kind of cases, those who knew Aaron Alexis are saying that they are absolutely surprised by it. Now, he apparently roomed with the owner of a restaurant called the Happy Bowl Thai in Fort Worth, Texas, and that owner said today there were no indications whatsoever that he could take part in this kind of violence. Listen.
We lived together for 3 years from 3 different locations, 3 different addresses. I moved out, he moved out with me, and moved in with me. So it's a friend. He's my big brother. I mean, he teaches me a lot of stuff, you know, so I admire him.
He was my big brother, and I admire him. That from that former roommate, who also said that, incidentally, that Aaron Alexis had taught himself to speak Thai and had also converted to Buddhism, very much a religion of peace. Harris.
Jonathan, thank you very much.